BTS News Today. Uproar. South Korea is being shocked by a case involving Jungkook, a BTS member who is undergoing military service. The case came into the national spotlight after news of Jungkook's bullying went public. This situation even made the South Korean defense minister intervene directly to deal with the problem. What exactly is the story behind this case? Here's the full walkthrough. The news comes from an anonymous post on an online forum claiming that Jungkook was subjected to unpleasant treatment from his seniors in the military camp. The confession sparked a heated discussion among netizens, especially the ARMY, as BTS fans are called. The post mentioned that Jungkook often received harsh treatment, such as being excessively scolded, given unreasonable tasks, and even humiliated in front of his military colleagues. Although initially considered a rumor, the truth of this story began to unfold after several former members of the military corroborated the story. We've seen Jungkook get reprimanded for small things. He remained calm, but it was obvious that he was depressed, said one source who claimed to have had one training with Jungkook. As the news spread, the Korean public did not remain silent. The mass media began digging deeper, while armies around the world called for justice for Jungkook. The hashtag Justice for Jungkook became a trending topic globally, with millions of tweets demanding the military act decisively on the case. As an idol with an international reputation, Jungkook's name is not only a musical icon, but also the face of Korean pride in the world. The public strongly condemned the act of bullying that tarnished the image of the military and embarrassed the country. This furor eventually reached the ears of the South Korean defense minister, who felt the need to take immediate action to deal with the situation. In an emergency press conference, the defense ministry said it had started a formal investigation into allegations of bullying against Jungkook. "We take this case seriously. There is no place for bullying in the South Korean military. We will ensure that justice is served, and all parties involved will be held accountable for their actions," the minister said firmly. The move was widely appreciated by the public, who hoped that the case would serve as an important lesson for reforming South Korea's military culture. Despite being under great pressure, Jungkook still showed an extraordinary attitude. According to reports, he chose not to complain and carried out his duties with dedication. However, many fear that their mental and emotional state could be compromised if this situation is left without a solution. One of his military colleagues said, "He is a very strong person, but we all have limits. It's not fair that Jungkook has to deal with this alone." Hearing this news, other BTS members, including Jimin and RM, were reportedly very angry and disappointed. They urged the military to provide better protection to Jungkook. Jungkook's family also spoke out, asking that their son be treated with respect as a human and a soldier. On the other hand, the army showed their solidarity by holding various online and offline campaigns. From spreading a petition to staging a peaceful protest in front of the military headquarters, fans proved that they will always support their idol. Some army even sent an open letter to the South Korean government, calling for the reform of military culture that is more humanistic and friendly towards all soldiers. The case opened the eyes of many to the need for changes in South Korea's military training system and culture. The Minister of Defense promised to make this case the starting point of a large-scale reform. This is not just about one individual, but about creating a just and dignified environment for all members of the military, he added. Although the case is still under investigation, many hope that justice will be served. Jungkook, with his calmness, became a symbol of toughness in the midst of the storm. He not only proved that he is a professional idol, but also a man who dares to face life's challenges. South Korea is now awaiting the results of the investigation, while the world watches how the country deals with an issue involving one of its global stars. This bullying case not only tested the Korean military system, but also showed that the public voice has great power to push for change. With the spirit of solidarity from fans and support from various parties, Jungkook is expected to pass this ordeal with his head held high. The world awaits the return of the Golden Magne in a stronger condition than ever. Media in South Korea and internationally continue to dig into the development of this case. Many television programs, opinion articles, and debate shows discuss how the incident reflects Korea's military situation more broadly. One of the leading news channels even conducted interviews with former servicemen who revealed their experiences of the stressful military environment, strict hierarchy, and lack of attention to the psychological well-being of military personnel. A senior journalist wrote in an editorial, Jungkook's case is like breaking glass, exposing a huge crack in our military system. If a public figure is popular as he can be a victim, what about ordinary soldiers who have no voice? On the other hand, there is also a skeptical view of part of society. Some consider the attention given to Jungkook to be too much compared to similar cases that have happened to other soldiers. However, the opinion received a strong response from fans and public figures who reminded that bullying, whoever the victim, is still a thing that must be eradicated. Within days of the defense minister's announcement, the Korean military began taking concrete steps. Several military officials at the camp where Jungkook served have been asked to provide official reports on training conditions and interactions between members there. The government also involves independent parties to ensure investigations take place transparently and without conflicts of interest. Not only that, special training programs on anti-bullying began to be gradually introduced throughout the military units. This step is taken as a form of prevention so that similar incidents do not recur. We want to ensure that all members of the military, whether celebrities or not, have the same right to serve in the military safely and with dignity, said a high-ranking military official. As the case develops, Jungkook is now considered more than just a BTS member. Many see it as a symbol of social change in South Korea, particularly in abolishing the culture of violence in hierarchical environments, such as the military. His humble and hardworking figure made many people feel sympathy and inspired to fight for change. One human rights activist even called Jungkook's case an important moment in Korea's modern history. Jungkook may not have asked for this attention, but his presence has opened the door to many voices that have been overlooked, he said. Meanwhile, BTS as a group showed incredible solidarity towards Jungkook. Even though they are undergoing individual activities, the members still support them openly and secretly. RM, as a leader, posted a meaningful message on his social media. "No storm is eternal. You're stronger than they think." Jimin, who is known to be very close to Jungkook, is reported to have visited the military headquarters where Jungkook served. This visit was of course a media spotlight, but Jimin still maintained a calm attitude and was reluctant to comment much. Sources from BTS's close circle said that all members of the group are preparing for a bigger move to support Jungkook if needed. This uproar also attracted the attention of world-famous figures. Several international celebrities, including musicians, actors, and activists, gave their support to Jungkook through their social media. This shows the extent of BTS's influence and the importance of the issues at hand. International organizations such as Amnesty International have also commented on the case. They called on the South Korean government to ensure that human rights are respected in every aspect of military training. The International Army did not remain silent. In America, Europe, and Asia, fans are holding solidarity events aimed at raising awareness about bullying and its impact. From donations to social media campaigns, Army once again proves that they are a global community of great impact. Jungkook's case has brought the topic of bullying into mainstream discussion, not only in Korea but also in various parts of the world. Many hope that this will be the first step towards eliminating the culture of bullying, whether in the military, schools, or workplaces. For Jungkook, this ordeal is certainly not an easy one.